Hello there, Starscream back for a Transformer review, and it's of a particular toy line and film franchise that I am not a fan of. Not the Transformer toy line, but the movie. And who is quite prominent in the latest film? It's not Megatron, is it? No. It's a guy we're not that familiar with, and his name is The Fallen. Should we take a look at the character of these guys? Or there's only one, but I just happen to have two in various colours, but we'll get onto that in a bit. The Fallen, introduced in the latest movie. Well, I say introduced in the latest movie, there already was a Fallen, but that was to do with a slightly different storyline. And that was introduced in the Dreamwave, but I'm not going to talk about that one at all. I'm going to concentrate on these movie guys. Alright, it's set up that originally Primus created 7 of these guys and scattered them around the universe to harvest energy and energon, but in doing so it destroyed planets or suns or something. You know, completely and utterly altering what was already set up in the original film and show. And I think the thing is triggered by the Matrix, or something along those lines. I didn't really pay that much attention. I fell asleep. I've seen it twice and I fell asleep both times. At different times, so I think I've got the general gist of the story, such as it is. Because Michael Bay, as I said, knows nothing about story. He knows and smash and all that kind of stuff, but nothing about story. Never mind. So, he is ultimately powerful, and because he's one of the original descendants, or set about by Primus, he is obviously over Megatron. And Megatron quite happily accepts that for some reason. Doesn't sound like a Ray Decepticon-ish thing, does it? Anyway, apparently they're all quite loyal to Primus, apart from The Fallen, hence his name, because he's fallen from grace, as it were. And he rebels, he wants to dominate, like all bad tyrants want to. Or good. I suppose he's got to be a good tyrant to be a bad tyrant. You get what I'm saying? Because if he was a bad tyrant, he'd be just shit at the job he was doing. So he's got to be a good tyrant to be a bad tyrant. Yeah, I'm clever, I'm on the ball today, aren't I, guys? Thank you. So, that's aside, he goes to Earth. In some AD, BC, millions of years ago, and start trying to create this thing, what do they call it, this harvester to start harvesting energy. And he gets some other Cybertronians to help him, and they call themselves the Decepticons, hence the name, and apparently their symbol is some relevant to his face. I can't see much likeness, but then again, I suppose it is, isn't it? It's a triangular, pointy-facey shaped thing. Where the Autobots got theirs from, though. Anyway, so that's the story of it. Eventually they catch up with him, and they can't kill him, so they just sacrifice themselves to sort of stop him, primarily. Well, what they do is they get hold of the Matrix and sacrifice themselves so that he can't get hold of it, and blah blah blah. I'm not quite sure the ins and outs of the story, but to be honest with you, it all comes to a climax at the end, because he can only be killed by one of the descendants of Primus, and that's Prime, and Prime's dead, so at this point he's not too worried. I haven't got anything to worry about, have I, guys? And Megatron, I think Sam Witwicky's got the key to what's going on. Go and find him and bring him back, mate, you know, because I'm just going to sit in space in a chair all the damn film. Anybody think he was Dr. Claw? So that happens. Megatron gets Sam and ends up in a big finale, and Prime, just a few seconds because the Fallen's come to Earth, Prime is resurrected, merges with Jetfire like some sort of Power Ranger thing, and kills the Fallen. That's it. Yeah, I've summed up Michael Bay's film for you in what? 4 minutes? 4 minutes? Without the bad effects, cheesy dialogue, and atrocious acting. Well, the CGI was good, though, I'll give you that. Right, should we concentrate on the toy? Because that's why I'm here. Right, let's take a look at the more common of the two Fallen toys. This one, most people can pick this guy up anyway. He's all over the place. About £22, was it? About $28, something along those lines. Not a bad toy. Quite poseable. I hate his feet. I'll tell you for why. They automatically fold in, so they point into things. So if you want to stand him up, you have to literally get your hand, do this with his feet, and then try and get him on the stand quickly before they pop up again. Otherwise, he just won't stand. He'll just keep falling over. Bad design, I'm afraid. But I would recommend breaking the springs inside, then he'll stand up fine. It's not a bad toy. The paintwork on this one is a bit crappy, actually. But I can see where they're going with it, and it's nice. He's one of the better movie toys, but I don't consider him a Transformer. He's something else. Is he like a Gundam? Maybe. He looks like he's off a different toy line completely. I know the latest movie toys are slightly on their own thing. They're doing their own thing, aren't they? They're supposed to be robot aliens as opposed to robots. But at least he seems to back this up quite well, this one. And he's not a bad toy. As I said, the facial moulding is supposed to be some similarity or to be the inspiration for the Decepticon insignia. And you can see where they're going with that as well. All in all, I like the toy. I like the transparent effects going on the body round here. Head don't really move a great deal. My one's got a big problem. You see these bits here, I have to keep them locked in because my one's got this arm, and which one is it now? Now I'm facing back to front on this. I think it might be his right arm, and I'll show you what I mean. And this is, I'm not sure if it's a common problem with them. It's here, this joint here, this one here, okay? It's not screwed in, it's just clipped. And my one is very wobbly. It doesn't look wobbly at all, and it comes off all the time. Now I think the reason for that is these little clips in here, for some reason mine is slightly warped or defective. And his arm, if you move it a couple of times up and down, it will just fall off. Other than that, not a bad alt mode. Don't know what it's meant to be. But I've got the original movie toys, and they transform into don't know what they are. So I can't really criticise this guy for that, can I? All in all, not a bad toy, and I would recommend picking up because in spite of all of what I've just said, I think he's quite nice actually. He's not bad. He bears a similarity to the one in the film, and all in all, it's quite nice. Now we got onto the slightly less attractive, goofy brother he's got. And here he is. I don't know. Him me back my voice. Don't know what they're thinking with this one. He seems ever so slightly larger, but I'm not just sure if that's due to the colour, making him look bigger than he is, or he actually genuinely is bigger. He's orange. Don't ask me. You could call him Grapple, couldn't you? You could retool him and make him an Autobot, make him a head up here, and call him Grapple. Yet again, I don't mind the toy. It's exactly the same damn toy. Transforming into the same funny looking thing and has the same flippy feet problem. And that's all I can really say. The paintwork on him is absolutely horrible. It's atrocious. And the plastic feels cheap. And this is supposed to be an exclusive. Thank goodness it's an exclusive, because it's not great. But I can see where they're going with this one as well. Now, what I really want to do is probably repaint this one, the orange, with some tone and give it some wear and metal fatigue or something. I think it'll look better than the other one I'm finished. But fingers crossed, alright? No guarantees. But all in all, not too bad. I don't mind the toy, as I said, I like it and I recommend picking it up. If you can get both, they make a great setup together. Sunstorm as well. You could call him Sunstorm to the Fallen. They harvest the sun, Sunstorm. Hey, I'm onto something here, Hasbro. If you're listening, I've copyrighted that. So there we go. A nice toy actually. Unfortunately he's associated and affiliated with not a nice film. But I'm probably in a minority on that, so I'll just shut up now. Alright guys, hope that was some help to that. Might be vanishing a bit. I've had a bit of problems with my PC recently, so that's why I haven't been able to do anything, and I may be vanishing off again for a little bit, but I'll keep tabs on any comments and things, and hope to get something up soon. Alright, that's me, that's Starscream saying take care, and see you out there.